Hi everybody, welcome to Live Blogger. In the previous videos, we have been designing this page over here using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And this is also completely responsive. So this is how it will look on smaller screens. Now in this video, I'll show you how to add this design to your Blogger website. So all the content of your Blogger posts will be displayed over here instead of these data. So let's get started. Right here, I'm in the dashboard of my Blogger website, and I'm using this theme called Contempo Light, which comes by default with Blogger. Now if I go ahead and open this blog, so if I click on View Blog, this is how it looks. So this is our Contempo Light theme. Now in the home page, we want to display these posts in this grid layout that you see over here. So for that, let's go to the theme code. So let's click on this arrow and let's click on Edit HTML. And here we need to add our code for this design. So I will leave the link of the source code in the description of this video. So this is the source code. We have the HTML, CSS and JavaScript over here. Now we need to add all of this to our Blogger theme code. But before that, let's go ahead and add an if condition. So in the home page, we will just display something else. And in all the other pages, we want to display the blog content. So for example, if you go to this post, you want to display these headings and this content over here. But if you go to the home page, we'll just hide this blog content over here. So for that, let's go back to the theme code and let's click on this button called Jump to Widget and let's click on blog 1. And now we need to find the section that has this blog widget. So let's scroll up and let's find a section. So here we can see we have this section and it has this class of main and ID of page body. So in this section, we have the blog widget. So let's go ahead and make some space over here. And I'll just fold this section by clicking on this arrow. And now we can see that this is the section which contains the blog widget. So all the content that you see over here, which is the list of blog posts, are displayed because of this section. So let's go ahead and add an if condition. So I'll just type less than b colon if, and let's add a condition. And in the condition, we need to type not data colon view dot is homepage. So this will check whether we are not on the homepage, and if we are not on the homepage, then it will return true. So whatever we have inside this if condition will be executed. Alright, let's go outside this section, and here let's add an else. So let's type less than b colon else. And in this else, we'll just, for now, I'll just add an h2 and let's type testing. All right, now let's go ahead and close the if condition. So we can just type less than / b colon if. And now the if condition has ended. So here we are checking whether we are not on the home page. And if you are not on the home page, then we'll just execute this section. And if you are on the home page, then we'll just display testing. So let's save this and let's see whether this works. So let's click on save. And now let's go back to our website and let's refresh this page. And now we can see in the home page we have testing displayed. But if you go to any post, so let's open a post. If I refresh this, we can see that the content of the post is displayed over here. So we don't have any problems in any other pages. But if you go to the home page, we don't have the blog post displayed over here. We just have this testing. Right now, what we need to do is we need to display this design instead of testing. So let's add that. Let's go back to our theme code and let's fold this section once again. And here, instead of testing, let's add the HTML. So let's go to our source code. And here we have the HTML, and this is the only line of code we need to add. So let's copy this and let's paste it over here. But now we need to add the CSS. So let's scroll up and let's find the CSS of the theme. So here we can see we have the CSS of the theme, and let's go to the end and make some space. And let's add a comment. I'll just type custom blog posts design. And let's go back to our source code and let's go to the style.css file and let's copy all the CSS from here and let's paste it over here. Right now we need to add the JavaScript. So let's scroll down and let's go to the end of our theme code, and just before the body tag ends, I'll just add a script tag. And let's go back to our source code and let's go to the main.js file. And let's copy this JavaScript from here. And let's go ahead and paste it over here inside this script tag. Right now, if we scroll up here, we can see that we have these images, and the source of the images are set to images/1.jpg. And we are using this thumbnail over here in the HTML. Here we can see that we are generating the HTML, and in that, for the image, we are adding the thumbnail as the source of the image. And here for the thumbnail, we are just setting it to images/the image name. But in our Blogger website, we don't have this images folder. So for now, I'll just add a testing image over here. So I'll just find an image online and I'll just paste it over here just for testing. Alright, so here I'm in pexels.com and you can find free images over here. So let's search for something. I'll just search for, let's try technology. And I'll just filter by horizontal. And let's go ahead and copy one of these images. So I'll just copy this image right here. So let's right click and let's click on copy image address. And let's paste it over here. And we can just remove everything after JPEG. And I'll just copy this and paste it for all the other thumbnails because we're just using it to test the design. Right now, let's go ahead and save this and let's see whether it displays correctly. So let's click on save. So let's go back to our website and I'll just refresh this page. And here we can see that our design is being displayed. We have some problems in the CSS, so we'll just fix that. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to fix the width of this image. So here we can see that we have a lot more width. So let's right click over here and let's go to inspect and let's see what's the problem. And let's go to the CSS. So here we have selected the image. And here we have set the width to 240 pixels, but it is not being added. So if you scroll down, here we can see that in the theme, it has already set the max width to this value right here. So if I just uncheck this, now we can see that we have the correct width for the image. So we need to unset max width from the IMG. So let's go back and let's go to the CSS and let's go ahead and write the CSS for that. So here I'll just type blog post container, which is our container division, IMG, and we need to set the max width to unset. Right now, let's go back to the inspector. And here we need to set a background color for this card. So if I select this, here we need to select the blog post division and we need to add a background color. So here we'll just type background white, and now we can see that it looks all right. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go over here and let's type blog posts container, blog post. And here let's type background and let's set it to white. Right now, let's save this. And let's go back to our website and let's refresh this page. And now we can see we don't have any problems. Right now, let's go ahead and display the content of our blog posts over here instead of these values. And for that, we're going to use Blogger JSON feed. So let's go back to our theme code. Let's scroll down. And here we need to make some changes in the JavaScript. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create a script tag. And here we need to add a specific source. So let's type src equals. And here we need to type /feeds /posts /summary alt equals JSON in script ampersand. And since we are writing this in an XML file, we also have to type AMP semicolon. And then we need to add a callback. So let's type callback And here we need to add the name of a function, and I'll just call the function handle all posts. Now this line of code will give us some data about our Blogger posts. So let's go ahead and create this function called handle all posts. So let's type const handle all posts, and we're going to get some data, and I'll just call it data. And let's create an arrow function over here. And first of all, let me just go ahead and console.log the data, and let's see what data we are getting. So let's type console.log, and I'll just type data, and let's add the data variable over here. And let's go ahead and click on save. Right now, let's go back to our website, and let's open the console. And I'll just dog this to the left side. And let's refresh this page, and let's see whether we get any data over here. So let's reload this page. And here we can see we are getting some data. And if I open this, we have feed. And if I open the feed, we have some details about our website. We have the author, category, and all those things over here. But we are interested in entry. So let's click on entry. And here we have all the posts in our Blogger website. So if you open the first one, here we have this title, how to make your life easy. So if you go back to our list of posts, here we can see that we have the first post over here. So we are getting the correct data in this feed entry. Now if you go to the JavaScript of our website, here we can see that we are having this array with the name of all posts, and in that we have the blog details, and we are using them over here. So what we can do is we can store the data that we get from here to this all posts, and then we can go ahead and do the same thing that we do over here. So let's go ahead and store the data from feed entry to all posts. So let's go back, and let's go ahead and delete all these values over here. So now we can see we have this empty all posts array. I'll just change this to let. So here we have this empty array called all posts, and let's go ahead and store the data. So here let's type all posts equals data.feed.entry. So here we are getting the data, and in that we have feed, and in the feed we have entry, and we are storing that inside our all posts array. So I'll just go ahead and console.log it over here. So I'll just cut this from here, and here let's type console.log all posts, and if I save this, and if I go back to the website, and if I refresh this page, here we can see that we have the list of all the blog posts over here. Now let's go ahead and get the details from here, and let's add it to our HTML. Alright, so let's create some constants for all the details. So the first thing we need to have is the title. So let's type const title equals, and let's go back to our website, and let's see where is the title. So here we have the title, and in the title we have $T, and there we have the title. So here let's type P, because we are calling each of the individual elements P, and then we have dot title, and then we have $T. Right, now the next thing we need to have is the thumbnail. So let's type const thumbnail equals, and let's go back and let's see where's the thumbnail. So for the first post we don't have the thumbnail. Let's open the second one, and here we have the thumbnail, and for the thumbnail we have media $thumbnail, and in that we have the URL. So here let's type p.media $thumbnail .url. Now there are instances where the thumbnail is not available, so let's add a backup thumbnail for that. So here we will use ternary operator, so we can just type p.media $thumbnail, and here we can add a question mark. So if we have the media thumbnail, then this portion of code will be executed, and here we can add colon, and we can add what should happen if it is not true. So here let's add the link of a backup thumbnail. So let's go ahead and upload one. So let's go over here to pages, and let's open a random page. So this is a draft, so I'll just open it. And let's upload the image over here, and let's get the link and paste it over here. So let's click on Insert Image, Upload from Computer, and let's click on Choose Files. And here we have this image called Thumbnail Placeholder. So I'll just open it, and let's just select it, and let's click on Select, and I'll just select the original size and OK. And here we have the image, and let's get the href. So here we have the href. So this is basically the link of the image. So let's copy this link from here, and let's go back and let's paste it over here as a backup thumbnail. And now if we go back to our website, and if I open the thumbnail, so let's go ahead and open this URL. Here we can see when we open this thumbnail, the size of the thumbnail is too low. So that's because if we take a look at the URL, here we have S72, and this is the resolution. So if I just change this to, for example, S300, and if I press enter, now we can see we have a bigger thumbnail. So we need to replace S72 with something different. So let's go back, and here let's type URL dot replace, and here let's type /S72, and let's replace it with /S300. Alright, that's it with the thumbnail. Now let's go ahead and create the next constant. So let's type const. The next thing we need to have is the label. So here we can see we have this label. So we need to get the label as well. So for the label, let's create a const called label. And let's go back to our website, and let's see where is the label. Let's go back to the list of posts, and let's see whether we have any labels. So here we can see we have these labels AI and tips for the first post, and then we have these labels for all the other posts. So let's go ahead and see where are the labels. And here we can see that the labels are displayed inside category. So the category is basically an array, and we just display the first label over here. So in that we have term. So let's go ahead and add that. So here let's type p.category, and let's select the first item, and then we have .term. And there may be some posts which don't have category, so let's add a ternary operator over here as well. So let's type p.category question mark, and if we have the category, then we'll display this term, and if you don't have the category, then we just type uncategorized. Right, now the next thing we need is the summary. So let's type const summary equals, and let's go back to our website, and for the summary we have summary, and in that we have $T. So let's type p.summary.$T, and then we need to have the link. So let's type const link equals, and let's go back over here, and here we have the link, and here we can see that the fifth element is actually the link of the post. So in that we have href. So here let's type p.link, and here let's type 4, because arrays start from 0. So we need to type 4 for the fifth element, and that we have .href. Alright, so that's it with all the constants. Now let's go ahead and add these details to the HTML. So here the first thing we need to add is the alt of the image. So for the alt, I'll just add the title of our post. So for that we have this const called title. So let's type $curly braces title, and here we have the thumbnail. So we need to just remove p dot from here, and then we have the label. So I'll just remove p dot, and then we have the title. So I'll just remove this p dot. Then we have the summary, and then we have the link. Alright, so with that we have added all the details to our HTML. Now the last thing we need to do is we need to call this generate HTML function. So we are calling it over here. So we need to cut it from here, and we need to call it inside this handle all posts function. So let's paste the function call over here, and now we can just delete this console log from here, and let's save it, and let's see whether everything works all right. Let's go back to our website and let's refresh this page. And here we can see all the posts are being displayed, and when we don't have the thumbnail, we have this placeholder thumbnail displayed over here, and everything is working all right. When we don't have any labels, we have uncategorized displayed over here. Now here we can see that the length of the summary is too much. So let's go ahead and set a max height for this summary. So for that, let's right click over here and let's go to inspect. And here for the summary, let's add a max height, and let's set it to 56 pixels. And let's also set overflow to hidden so that anything outside the height is not being displayed. So I think that looks all right. So let's go ahead and copy these 2 lines of CSS from here. And let's go back to our code and let's go to the CSS. And here in the summary, we need to add those 2 lines of CSS. And now let's save this. And let's go back to our website and let's refresh this page. And now we can see everything looks all right. We don't have any problems. And let's also check out the responsive version. So here we have the tablet version and it looks all right. And then we have the mobile version and it also looks all right. And let's see whether the link is working all right. So let's click on read more. And we can see that the post is also being opened correctly. Now the last thing we will do is we'll also add the link to this thumbnail and this title. So let's go back and let's go to the HTML. So here in the JavaScript, we are generating the HTML, and here instead of just this img tag, we'll just add an anchor tag before that. So let's tap A, and in the href, let's add the link of the post. So let's tap $, curly braces, link, and let's close the anchor tag over here after the img tag. And let's do the same for the heading. So here we have this S3, so I'll just go ahead and wrap this with an anchor tag, and let's set the href to $, curly braces, link, and let's close the anchor tag over here. Right now, let's go ahead and save this. And let's go back to our website and let's refresh this page. And now here we have these posts, and let's click on this thumbnail. And we can see that we are taken to this post. Let's also click on the title. And here also we are taken to the post. So everything is working all right. So that's basically how you can customize the design of your blog posts in your Blogger website. Alright, so that's it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below. And if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.